Stickmen, descendants of the Striders. A random mutation occurred in one of the Strider populations, drastically expanding their ability to change skin colour. When the avian predators arrived, these Striders learned to use it for camouflage, blending in with the tree branches that they hid among. Over the following millions of years, they fully switched to arboreal lifestyles and developed several adaptations to survive under the chicken yoke, such as leaf-like outgrowths all over the body and controllable wrinkling of the skin to imitate tree bark. Their bodies lightened by shrinking in size, but also became sturdier in order to survive jumps from one tree to another. Since the sound faded quickly in the thin atmosphere of their low-gravity world, at long distances they communicated visually by rapidly changing the colour and position of the leaf growths on their heads and long, twig-like fingers. At close distances, they spoke with long, deep hoots resembling the sound of the wind and expressed their emotions by changing skin texture. The need to navigate their complex three-dimensional environment quickly spurred the re-emergence of intelligence, and soon sentient, stick-bug-like stickmen drove the bird predators out of the forests. Gentle and fragile as they were, stickmen developed a culture emphasizing calmness, patience, and prudence. Evolved from creatures that had to stay motionless for extended periods of time, they disliked conflict and bustle, preferring quiet activities that demanded a great deal of concentration. Philosophies and spiritual teachings they produced rivaled those of Pterosapiens in depth and complexity, but were diametrically opposite in their message. Because trees reminded stickmen of themselves, their cultures were deeply ecologically minded. Many religions claimed that people reincarnated as trees after death, and so destroying one was often considered murder. The existence of forests was essential to pre-industrial cultures, since they built their cities right in the tree crowns and needed to ensure their survival, but even later, mechanized civilizations retained a respectful attitude towards nature, trying to fit their towering, skinny buildings inside the natural environment, instead of replacing it with them. Because of that, stickmen also didn't rush to colonize other worlds when the time had come. It was better to stay at home, they figured, than to strand yourself in a place you didn't belong, destroying it in the process. Pictured as a stickman resting on top of a tree. Since his ancestors needed to stay motionless for long periods of time to remain undetected, he is able to enter a kind of cataleptic state, sitting completely motionless for hours on end. Many of his world's vacation spots would seem plain creepy to the modern human, being completely silent and filled with surreal people, still as statues.